So you said that you reevaluated what drives you, and what drives you now, like today?
My family. You know, I'm going to use the word again, duty. And that's a strong word if you understand what it means. It's my duty to be there on Saturday night, to turn up and to fight Chimaev to the best of my ability for 25 minutes. I am not leaving this country without doing that, no matter what. This is my duty to my family. I'm here to do that.
Robert Whittaker has just delivered a crystal-clear warning message to Khamzat Chimaev about his upcoming title fight against Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319. And folks, this isn't just any prediction. This is coming from the former champion who's been inside the Octagon with both fighters and lived to tell the tale.
Do we have a message for Khamzat Chimaev?
I'll see you when I see you. I think he tweeted something. He actually tweeted, because when his tweets make sense, it's his agent. And when it's just like random English words in a certain, it's him. And he said, this fight, shit fight. Yep. Fight, yeah. Well, I mean, trying to get to a fight. Couldn't get the welterweight title. Definitely not getting the middleweight title. Like, talk about a waste of potential. That's about it.
Wanted to get your thoughts on Dricus as a champion, his run so far, and what do you make of his grappling?
What do you think, guys? How I done with this guy, Rob? How he done? Rob took him down. So if Rob took him down, so there is salam alaikum.
Whittaker dropped what he's calling the million-dollar question that will determine who walks away with the middleweight belt on August 16th in Chicago. Stay tuned, because what he revealed might completely change how you view this title fight. Let's dive straight into Whittaker's bombshell prediction. Speaking on Fox Sports Australia's main event, the Reaper didn't hold back when breaking down the UFC 319 main event. Here's exactly what he said, and I quote, "Honestly, I'd have to say Dricus would be a favorite. He probably is the favorite. I think I'm leaning towards Dricus. The whole thing can be summed up as Chimaev will take him down. Will he finish him before he gets back up? That's the million-dollar question, because if he doesn't finish him on the ground, I think he loses."
Khamzat and Dricus fighting for the belts in just over a month's time. What are your initial thoughts on that matchup, stylistically?
So honestly, I'd have to say Dricus would be a favourite. He probably is a favourite, but I think I'm leaning towards Dricus. The whole thing can be summed up. Chimaev will take him down.
Yeah.
Will he finish him before he gets back up? That's the million-dollar question. Because if he doesn't finish him on the ground, I think he loses. Yeah. But, yeah.
Now, this isn't just armchair analysis, folks. Whittaker has felt the power of both these fighters firsthand. He suffered a second-round TKO against du Plessis at UFC 290, and then experienced Chimaev's devastating ground game at UFC 398, a fight that left him with a broken jaw and needing dental surgery. Whittaker's prediction is based on cold, hard experience. He knows exactly what both fighters are capable of, and his assessment cuts right to the heart of this matchup. Chimaev's takedown game versus du Plessis' ability to get back to his feet, that's where this fight will be won or lost.
The Khamzat fight's what I want. I want to take his It's not even a doubt in my mind. Khamzat is a strong guy, but I know for a fact that he's never felt power like this. In this case, he has a gun and I have a tank when it comes to strength. There's not a middleweight that's going to overpower me. It's not going to happen. Once it goes past round 2, it's going to be smooth sailing.
But Whittaker isn't the only one weighing in on this title fight. BFL star and former Bellator middleweight champion Johnny Eblen has identified what he believes is du Plessis' biggest advantage over Chimaev, and it's not what you might think. During a recent interview on MMA Junkie Radio, Eblen pointed to one crucial factor: experience. He said, and I quote, "He's just a human. Gilbert Burns made him look human, Kamaru Usman made him look human, and I think DDP is going to make him look human."
That mental game, that psychological game, because everyone thinks of him like the boogeyman, like a guy to avoid.
He's not, though. He's a guy. He's just a human. Yeah, he's just a human. Like, Gilbert made him look human. Usman made him look human. I think DDP is going to make him look human, you know?
Eblen continued, "I like DDP's chances just because of the guys he's fought and the rounds he's put in. Chimaev hasn't. Chimaev is very, very tough, but I think DDP has more. He's just more of a veteran when it comes to 5-round fights and tough fights, and he's fought middleweight this whole time.
Yeah. Johnny, who do you think wins, by the way, between DDP and Khamzat? I'm curious, since you are kind of a student of the game.
I like DDP's chances just because the guys he's fought and the rounds that he's put in.
Yeah.
Chimaev hasn't. Not to say it's going to be easy, and Chimaev's very, very tough, but I think DDP has more. He's more of a veteran when it comes to like these 5-round fights and like tough fights, and he's fought middleweight.
This is a fascinating point. While Chimaev remains undefeated, questions about his cardio have lingered since those wars with Burns and Usman. Du Plessis, on the other hand, has been battle-tested in championship rounds and has proven he can maintain his output even when tired. Now, not everyone is counting Chimaev out. UFC commentator Joe Rogan has been singing Boers' praises, even comparing him to the legendary Khabib Nurmagomedov after that jaw-breaking submission over Whittaker. On the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan acknowledged Du Plessis' well-rounded skill set, but expressed doubts about whether he can handle Chimaev's grappling dominance. He said, Pete Du Plessis can wrestle. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. He hits fin hard, and he is a big, durable dude, but I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy.
Crazy.
That was scary.
Yeah. He does it to everybody. Everybody he gets a hold of, he just ragdolls. And Robert Whittaker, like seeing him breaking Robert Whittaker's jaw just by squeezing across his face. Because this was like Chimaev got the blade of his forearm across the jaw, and it was like just crushing those teeth, and it goes into his mouth. You saw the photo?
Yeah.
What it looks like?
Yeah, man.
Do you know the damage that you had done there? Yeah, before I come in here, they showed it for me, but I felt something was wrong with his chin when I push it. So, but feels bad for that. So, didn't mean to broke somebody's chin, but it's my work, make somebody pain and make me happy and my family. When I push it, when I felt some clicks.
Do you think if that doesn't happen?
Rogan continued, Khamzat's skill is so high level that it makes me wonder. Like, you see it in jiu-jitsu. There's some guys that look really good until they fight somebody who is really, really good, and they get manhandled.
Overwhelming victory.
Do you think it's different with Du Plessis? Because he can wrestle.
He can wrestle. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. He hits fucking hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy. Like, I don't know, man. The Khamzat skill is so high level, it makes me wonder. It's like there's some guys, like you see it in jiu-jitsu. There's some guys that look really good until they fight somebody who's really, really good. And then they get manhandled.
This sets up a fascinating contrast in expert opinions, experience versus raw overwhelming skill. The stakes for UFC 319 couldn't be higher. For Chimaev, this represents his first shot at UFC gold after years of domination and setbacks. For Du Plessis, it's a chance to cement his legacy with a third successful title defense. We're also getting some interesting insights into Chimaev's preparation. Lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan recently revealed details about training with Boers, saying he doesn't care if you're lighter than him by more than 25 pounds, he just goes hard with everybody. Tsarukyan added, "It's good for me. I get a lot of experience, and I feel if I can wrestle with him, I can wrestle with anybody."
You're lighter than him, more than 25 pounds. He just go hard with everybody, and it's good. It's good for me, I get a lot of experience, and I feel like if I can wrestle with him, I can.
This gives us a glimpse into Chimaev's relentless approach. He's not just technically skilled, but he brings an intensity that breaks his training partners. Meanwhile, Whittaker himself is looking ahead to his own comeback. In that same interview, he revealed his 4-fight plan to get back to the title picture, starting with his July 26th bout against Renier de Ridder at UFC Abu Dhabi. And here's a lighter note. Whittaker actually thanked Chimaev for forcing him to get new teeth. He said his old teeth were crappy and he'd been dealing with dental issues for 15 years. Sometimes good things come from bad situations.
He does it to everybody. Everybody he gets a hold of, he just ragdolls. And Robert Whittaker, like seeing him breaking Robert Whittaker's jaw just by squeezing across his face. because this was like Chimaev got the blade of his forearm across the jaw, and it was like just crushing those teeth, and it goes into his mouth. You saw the photo?
Yeah.
What it looks like?
Yeah, man.
You know the damage that you had done to him?
Yeah, before I come in here, they showed it for me, but I felt something was wrong with his chin when I push it. So, but feels bad for that. So, didn't mean to broke somebody's chin, but it's my work, make somebody pain and make me happy and my family. When I push it, when I felt.
So what's the bottom line heading into UFC 319? We have a fascinating clash of styles and narratives. Chimaev brings undefeated momentum and devastating grappling, while du Plessis offers championship experience and proven durability. Whittaker's million-dollar question really does capture the essence of this fight. If Chimaev can't finish du Plessis on the ground, we could see the South African's experience and conditioning take over in the later rounds. The UFC has even prepared for potential issues, with Nasruddin Imavov on standby as a backup given Chimaev's history of fight cancellations. One thing's for certain, August 16th in Chicago is going to be absolutely electric. That's a wrap on today's breaking UFC news. What do you think? Does Whittaker's warning hold water? Or will Chimaev's undefeated streak continue with his first UFC title? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest UFC coverage. We'll be breaking down every angle of UFC 319 as Fight Night approaches.